Dr. Ruth Roberts, your pet's ally. I hope that you are having a fantastic week and that the holiday season isn't driving you too crazy. So, we've got a bunch of questions today. And for those of you that are checking out the video on the Facebook page, we wanted to give you an idea about the benefit of iPet's Ally. So, this is one of our weekly broadcasts. Once a month, we do a live interactive Zoom call, which we'll be doing actually next week, and where I will answer questions directly and then talk a little bit about a specific health topic. So, that's what this is all about. But let's jump into the questions. Um, there, actually, let me pop this page up and see if I can grab this. If I'm smart enough today, I think I'm figuring the tech out. Let's see. Chrome tab, iPet's Ally. That's the one. All right, cool. So this is our member page on Facebook, and we do the broadcast on YouTube just because a lot of people are kind of jumping off the sorry, the Facebook channel for various reasons. But last week, I think I missed this, Susie. If you were asking if Buddy's ear problem could be caused by stress, and the answer is yes. Stress and anxiety does a lot of interesting things. Um, so it's fascinating that we can see those two things go hand in hand. So when the stress level comes up, the itchiness comes up as well. So that definitely could be going on. And the omega-3 fatty acids. So we've got a myriad of options out there. So the dosing instructions we can look at right here, um, which I'll drop into comments over on this part of the page. So, Susie, they're there. We do need to update some of these products, but in general, what you would want to do is use somewhere, I think Buddy is somewhere around 80 pounds. If I'm yeah, and you've got it right there. So, and what I would do is at minimum use about 100 milligrams per kilogram of omega-3 fatty acids. And so that's going to be something on the order of, let's pop my calculator out here, divided by 2.2 kilos from pound. So that's, you would want to get something on the order of 3,600 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids at the high dose to knock the itching out. And then the quercetin with bromelain, actually, I think we did talk about this last week. It's 400 mgs per capsule. And so I would give 1 to 2 capsules 2 times a day. And you are correct about the histopause. It is a combination of quercetin and stinging nettles because that has been so effective for so many pets. Dosing should be straight up um, on that product page there. So that's all good. Let's see here. And Susan's asking about puppy food, and Aaron, I love you. This is exactly it. Puppy food, senior food, all of these things are inventions of the industry to sell us more stuff. Um, where this really does kind of make a difference is for large breed dogs because we do want to slow them down quite a bit. So for the most part, you can add some extra fat and or extra carbohydrates, and that's all good stuff. Sardines contain a high amount of omega-3 fatty acids, and DHA in particular is what's so important for brain formation. So sardines is a food-based way to do it, and then also VF omega-3 does a really great job too. So, and we've got the new time down. I love this photo. Somebody sent me, Mary Jo sent a link to uh, what this woman called it, of a documentary of cats photobombing nativity scenes. So but this is adorable. Now, Kathy's saying that Dottie has a slightly elevated ALT 120, but her amylase is low. And milk thistle is probably not a bad idea, but and probably this is not due to the avocado oil, unless this is a recent addition. If she's been eating grass, vomiting, having diarrhea, something is going on that her body is trying to clean up with her GI tract, and because of that, her liver is sort of paying the price for extra. Um, Extra cleanup duty, if you will. So if the ALT, if the stool change is recent and the avocado oil addition is recent, then I would pull it out. If not, there's something else going on that she may have been exposed to. Hopefully, her body is able to take care of this on her own. So if the stool and things of that nature have gone back to normal, then I would use the milk thistle um, just to kind of help the liver continue to clean things up. Now, Jamie is asking about beta thyme, which is something I've not thought about in a long time. This is a really interesting product because it's an old-fashioned way to look at things. So this is what I found. I'm not sure if this is the doses you are looking at. So beta uh, sitosterol, they tried to use it for a cholesterol lowering drug. And the other place where it's used is actually for prostate cancer, and interestingly, it is a precursor to anabolic steroids. So this is an interesting product, and because I am old, we used to use anabolic steroids for pets that just weren't feeling well. And there is some reasonableness to this, but it is difficult to find them anymore. So we used to use a product called Winstrol V. And so I think that's probably what this is doing. And actually, I think I need to switch pages. Let's see if I can pull this up and I'm smart enough. Um, Beta thyme, there we go. So, as you can see, we've got this I can't even get the words out. Beta sitosterol, thymus gland substance. So again, support the immune system, and then ornithine, which is an amino acid that's supposed to help reduce inflammation as well. So the thing that is interesting is that you can also find this in foods because I think you're using a thymus product already, Jamie, and if you're not, that's not a bad idea, just to, again, to help support immune system function, and that's where I would use something like thymus PMG, which is a standard process product. But you can get this beta sitosterol from canola oil, for instance, or avocado. So canola oil is going to add that quickly. So if you're looking for 200 milligrams, you could add a couple of tablespoons of canola oil. This is where you do want to be careful to get the cold pressed extra virgin stuff because there's a lot of canola oil that is processed by using hexane and other undesirable things. Um, and I think you're still doing um, keto diet. And Jamie, if that's not correct, let me know. Janet, yes. As far as is mackerel okay? Yeah, the smash fish, the salmon, mackerel, anchovy, uh, sardine, and herring that are higher in omega-3 fatty acids. So yes, you can use some of those, although they're not as high as the sardines. So I hope that makes sense, Janet. Okay, so you're off of keto. So then you could look at the pink lentils then, since that's another option. Let me grab this for you so you'll have this link handy. Um, so there's some more food sources for you. Um, yeah, and that's good. And is Willie doing better off of keto? That's always an interesting question. Um, let's see if I'm smart enough to do this again. Pop back over to the group. Let's see. So that's something to consider. And I think you could use this with steroids because it's going to go down a different pathway. Um, let's see here. We got a other. And Miss Rosie um, was hospitalized. Oh, poor sweetie, with an infection in her gallbladder and kidneys. She's now on 2 types of antibiotics and Serenia and about to start an appetite stimulant. So, Janice, what I would suggest doing is working on. I'm not a huge fan of this leaky gut protocol from Adored Beast because I think there's a lot of stuff in there that can actually create problems as far as the prebiotics and things of that nature. So, what I would do is actually consider either phytospore or megaspore probiotics because you can use those with omega-3 fatty acids. Um, so I'm going to put the link here for you. And I said omega-3 fatty acids, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to think and do too much at the same time. What I meant to say is that you can use them with antibiotics. So on the human side, Megaspore has been shown to be effective and let me drop that in there for you too, and help maintain the microbiome in the face of taking antibiotics. And I think the reason this works is that they're sporulated, and so they don't get attacked by um, the antibiotics. Um, so I would look at that. And really just kind of gently support her gut. If she has a kidney infection too, this is a little bit worrisome. So I would focus on gently supporting her microbiome. I would consider adding in some quercetin if you're, and I think you are already using that to help support the kidneys and seeing if we can get her feeling better. But really, first thing is to get her eating and feeling decent. If she is on um, clavamox, that can often really create some uncomfortable um, uncomfortable tummy. So, for instance, clavamox is one of those that really kind of augment, and in humans is the same thing. And Jamie, the Simialsan is one of the Chinese herbals that has been classically used for autoimmune disease. And this is, I know. Well, we'll get to Mr. Willie later, so I'll circle back to this comment. Um, let's say pop back over here. Uh, and actually, here we are at this where we are. So, if he's just had the microbiome thing, see how this goes. And if you don't, and I think you had an actual fecal transplant. So if you're not seeing a big um, boost within a couple of weeks, then probably that's not going to be effective. And I would really circle back with Dr. Lisa and ask her about the doxycycline niacinamide. Um, I would try the CBD Dog Health Heal product, and the THC. Take him off of it. See if he gets better, or gets worse. If he gets worse, then I would restart it. But I do try another CBD product because they're not all equal. Um, had a great success with rotational mono feeding. And so, Jamie, if you look back through through the group, you'll be able to find Three's comments on that. But essentially, what that means is that you feed sort of one of each food group, so protein, fat, carbohydrate, um, per day, and so that has been helpful for some people. She really swears by it. She believes CC really uh, did well with it. So check that out. But this is where I would really look at something like thymus PMG, um, adding that in, and then see how it goes with the microbiome implant. Um, May is concerned about Spirit having been on melatonin for a long time. Um, if you find that you get him off of it, then that's okay. I mean, sometimes we can use it short term. Sometimes they really just need it. So we've been able to take Hio from 10 milligrams a day to 5 milligrams at night. But beyond that, she really starts to get much more anxious, doesn't sleep on it, things like that. So May, it is okay to continue on this long term. Um, Poor Mary. And then Bettina, you can also use your Assisi loop to help heal up the anal glands too. So in general, the Spinospore definitely, as I said, it will help to keep the microbiome from getting damaged by the antibiotics, and usually 1 to 2 hours is fine. Theoretically, you can give the phytospore with the antibiotic because it is sporulated. So I hope that helps. And I think that is it on the page. Let me double check. Um, May I'll circle back to your question in a second. I think ah, Kartar, who we had a consultation recently, and so it sounds like there is a lot of lip smacking, bloating, farting, and discomfort. So the color's good, but the discomfort is not good. And so what I would do is, because you were feeding just the proteins for the most part, is dilute, sort of just make up a big batch of proteins and just add small amounts of the batches of food um, in gradually, so you can increase his ability to handle um, the increase in the fiber from the vegetables. And I think I got all of that covered. Let's see, let me pop back over here. And good. So doxycycline and the niacinamide are the next step. That's great. Um, and then, yeah, and then do really look at the thymus PMG. I think that's been helpful too. All right. So Pam, if the 10 milligrams of melatonin are not doing it, he's been up nightly for the last 2 weeks. I think I misunderstood what you were telling me as far as da-da-da-dee. Okay, you were just gone for 2 weeks or for 10 days or so, uh, and then he stopped sleeping through the night. So, if he's been on melatonin all this time, then what I would do is actually take him off of it, and see what happens, because I had this experience myself. I was taking melatonin at a milligram at a low dose, and that did seem to help me sleep. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, it it was working in reverse and waking me up. So if in doubt about something, just kind of clean the decks, stop it, let things clean out, and then try restarting it slowly and see at a lower dosage. So the other way to approach it would be to give just 5 milligrams of melatonin at night and see if that helps or does not help. Yeah. So what I would do is, yeah, what do I mean? So what I would do is actually drop to 5 milligrams at night. Do that for two weeks and see what happens. So with melatonin, you want to take 2 week intervals to see if is this good or not good. So see if that helps, gets him back to sleep, and then we'll kind of go from there. And I think I think I have everything answered. So again, many thanks to you all for your support over this year. We would not be here without you. And as I mentioned, next week is our um, monthly call. If you have a specific education topic you would like me to cover next week, just drop some comments either on YouTube or on the Facebook page, and I will address that. One of the things, as I mentioned, I will be doing is reformulating all the recipes that are in the crock pet diet. Um, and I can discuss that as well. Really, the biggest changes are going to be in the kelp so far. It's quite interesting. And so, if you've got a 3 milligram and a 1 milligram tablet, then what I would do is do a 3 milligram, use a 1.5 3 milligram tablets, and you can use that at dinner. And that'll get you 4.5 milligrams. So that's close enough. And Susan, good to see you. Um, any other questions I can answer for you all today? And if not, I will see you next week at the same bat time, same bat channel. But actually, that's not true at all. We'll actually be on a Zoom call because it's our monthly meeting. So let me know what y'all would like to learn more about. If there's not a specific topic, then I'll talk about the changes in crockpet diet and what that may or may not mean. So take good care. Give everybody a big hug and a kiss for me. Uh, and again, I'm Dr. Ruth Roberts, your pet's ally. Cheers.